live, and then I have to go live on Instagram separately. I'll be glad one day do something about it. Come on, Instagram, go live. All right. So yes, without any delay, we are now live, ladies. Okay. Oh, shucks, hey, y'all. All
Oh,
right,
y'all
all
see what
right.
I'm drinking out of?
We are live.
Love
I'll get
on the night for.
look. I made an Aries sky mug. Come on, yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody over on Instagram. We see you, Miss Candace, Rainy Words, playing with Court, trying to get some more people time to join in. We are here, Miss Alexandria House, as you all are aware. Now, Miss House, I'm gonna kick this out. I don't know if you saw this video yet. So
Oh Lord.
this when I had a battle video that we did called Rap is Mine, but we're gonna get to that. Set to the board.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
So
she tried to snitch on me.
I did. I had snitch on you, so we need. Okay, hello everyone that's joining over on Facebook. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this shared so that you guys can. All right, let's see if I can share it over into the group. Okay, and here we go. In the Facebook group. Hello, everyone. Come on in. We are here. And the live should be over in the Facebook group as well for you all to see. All right, y'all. So, let me get back here. Me trying to navigate. Oh, hello, everyone that's joined in. So, we are going to go ahead and get started. So, as I always say to you guys, thank you. Hello. This is the Get Caught Up podcast. I am your host, Untamed, and I'm joined with my lovely co-host who finally got her background together, Miss Crystal Woodson. So, how you this evening? You on mute too.
It would help if I get off mute. But I'm good. I'm just ready to dive into these books
I know.
because Miss House, Miss House. I'ma always say this and I'm gonna keep on saying this. Y'all better put some respect, not respect on this lady's name.
Yes, yes,
Cause
ma'am.
I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. So we want to give a shout out,
Yes.
all the love to our sponsors, to everyone who's joining us over on Instagram, on IG, if that you see Instagram, IG, Instagram, YouTube, okay, and Facebook. This is what I'm trying to get out of here. But Crystal, I mean, she don't need an introduction, but we're gonna give you one anyway because we got to bring you in properly. For the lady who
I
needs no
mean,
introduction,
of course we do.
right? So I'm gonna let Crystal give the
That is
intro.
so true. Okay. Look, y'all. Let me just say this. Like I just said, make sure y'all put some respect on her name. But let me tell you about Miss Alexandria House, the Alexandria House. She says she writes stories about Black love. She is a former RN turned full time independent author who pens steamy, relatable stories about Black love. Black love. Since 2016, she has penned and released 29 works, including 6 series, 2 novelettes, several short stories, story compilations, and 1 poetry collection. And we can't forget about my man, Dravion Walker. Okay. She created him just for me. Just for me. Okay. Now,
Just for you.
known for writing engaging dialogues and own-worthy male characters, most notably Everett Big South McLean of her McLean Brothers series. Miss House has deemed herself a purveyor and proselytizer of Black love. Her books consistently land atop Amazon's African American romance bestseller list, and she is the recipient of many reader driven awards. Her books have been included among other must read lists published to sites such as Shondaland, Oprah Magazine, and Book Riot. She is also the author of two Audible original projects. And I think it's more, right, Miss House? It ain't just two
Yeah,
no more.
that whole thing needs to be updated.
But
But it's three original.
if y'all
It's
know,
more
y'all
than
know.
yeah, look,
Yeah.
it's 120 some books. I got to now. You just showed me I need to update this.
Okay. And when she's not engaging her readers on social media, you can find this Arkansas native writing her next bestseller or feeding her fashion addiction or throwing hell of a house parties. That's all I can say. Hell
That,
of a house parties.
that I'll virtually attend
Okay.
if I can't
So
attend
I
it.
saw,
there's no introduction.
that was quite entertaining seeing you, glued onto all of these. You got to be there in person next time.
I will be. Nothing but death can keep me from it.
That was too
Yes,
funny.
yes. So I'm not gonna say welcome to the UP hot seat because you were never in the hot seat. I think our seat ain't hot enough for you. But thank you for joining us tonight as we discuss. Had to fight Untamed, but I guess she can have Mr. Edmund Orlando rap. I mean,
I'm
okay.
glad you
But let's
said
go
it.
ahead. Let's get started
Look,
because
since you
we might
said
have to
that,
tussle about him.
since you said I can have him, I'm gonna go ahead and have. Hold on.
You still up to your shenanigans, I see.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. But I'm gonna
Oh
just
my
say this: I don't know where that picture came from, but man, whoever that man is, I'm gonna just say it, that nigga
he
fine.
can get it.
Let me look.
Like,
Hold on. Let's get out the way.
mm, when where my fan at?
Anyways,
Where my fan at?
look, Monica said I am a
I can't
mess.
even find my fan.
Monica said
You
I
too
am a
much.
You really are. You really are.
Listen, I'm trying to say we're gonna talk about these books in order, but as you can see,
I see
I
you have a
have
favorite.
for Mr. Edmund Orlando Rock. And that's saying something because let me tell you, ma'am, ma'am, you have written some book days, okay?
Whew.
You have.
Please,
I
I do
was
my
sitting there,
best. I do this. This my ministry. I do my best.
listen, yes, and you
You
have
you
served
you do very well with that ministry.
listen, you have served the congregation well, okay? Because between Big
You
South
are doing the Lord's work.
Amen. Amen.
and
I'm trying.
Lincoln had me with the man bun, and then I'm gonna be honest, I was like, I don't know about Neil, and then Neil became my favorite brother. Like I
Yeah.
was like,
A lot of people,
Neil is everybody's favorite brother.
yeah, a lot of people are iffy about Neil going into his book, but he ended up being a close second to Everett. Everett is always going to be the most
number
popular.
one,
He's always going to be the top seller every month, unless I have a new release. That's the only time he's not the top seller.
exactly. Now we love us some Big South.
Wow.
We don't get tired of seeing him. We don't get tired of seeing
Never
him.
get tired of seeing him or Uncle E. Chester.
Yes, y'all love y'all some
Yes, we love Uncle Lee Chester.
Yeah.
Crystal love her some Dravion Walker. I do too.
Remember
But
who
she was
said
on.
who loved who
See, you see what I'm saying? I can't even say that I love the man because I'm like, she
y'all
got
gonna make me tussle for that man?
listen, I can't even say it. So I just over here, I have to like drooling in
In silence, in private.
over here in silence.
Y'all better drool in private, behind closed doors.
Because she'll attack me. And then going on down the line with the Mitchell brother.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. And then that's a whole I feel bad now. I can't even
Bitch.
say I feel bad because
Jesus, that just sent it.
even though this is a book discussion, there is one piece of one of these books that I will not reveal tonight because you are welcome. You are welcome. I won't reveal, but you know where I'm going with that. So,
It's a lot of people that do not care. They are spoiling it.
I won't spoil it tonight. We won't spoil it tonight because I want people who haven't read it to actually read. I need them to have the same reaction I had, which is I almost fell out the damn bed. Okay.
You should see the messages I get when people get to that part. They be like, nigga, what?
Listen. So we gonna
I text Untamed. It was what, like after 12 o'clock?
Yes.
It was after 12 o'clock when I texted her about that.
That part, I said, you'll know exactly, because she's like, what is it about? I said, trust me when I say, when you get to it, you will know. And you gonna text me, and I'm gonna be like, yep, she got to it.
Yeah, that's the part.
Because when I tell you, Miss, something about your books, I promise you, you are one of those people who normally I try to pace myself when a book, especially if the book is really good and I don't want it to end, I try to pace myself, right? But I can't help it. I had to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Didn't want to. And so I put it on to listen to it. And I think I was probably halfway through Assist. I took Crystal by noon and was like, I'm done.
Yes. I started it and literally in like 30 minutes, I was at chapter 19. I couldn't stop reading it. Like I don't know. I feel like it was different. I told Untamed, you went in your bag. I got a bag. Also from the house party. But I was like, you went in your bag and you was like, let me see what I can pull out. What I can pull out this bag on their asses this time. And you pulled out a nice little pen. I mean, I said, oh, you wasn't playing.
I'm gonna admit, when I finished that one, a lot of times I like everything I write. It's not a book I put out that I don't like. I wouldn't put it out if I didn't like it. But this was one I said, oh, I did that. I knew it.
And you should. And you did.
You did. And so I'm gonna say this now because I can't even hold it. But I'm add to it later on when we get to it. I want to say this, and this is with the entire respect I have for your entire catalog, because I read nothing about you that I didn't like. So that's for now. So you are welcome. But I will say this, and this is no cap and no lie. I told Crystal this. I said, not only has Assist become my favorite book by you, I said, to me, this is the best damn book she wrote. And I said, that's a lot because
yes, I love them all, but yeah, you did your thing.
Yeah,
I don't think you can. Not saying that you can't top it, because I already know you probably. Yeah, I think you already in your bag saying, "Oh no, I gotta top this one." But like, I don't know what it was. The whole series was good, but you saved the best for last. You definitely saved the best for last.
I try not to. Yes. I try to build momentum, as I'm doing the series. I try to keep your interest. So, but yeah.
Oh my goodness! But Reading with Lovely Q says she's on book 2 right now, so she hadn't got. See, that's why I said we can't talk about book 3 like we want to. We gotta wait a while. But Assist in Bookworm 203757 says Assist definitely goes in the top 3. So
wow,
it definitely do.
Yes. It does. But you guys, look, we did have a bit of seriousness to go with this because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so, those of you who have started on the series, you know that Miss House tackles some subjects in these books. Between this whole trilogy of stories, she tackled a lot of mental health issues, some that you might have recognized, and some I bet you didn't recognize because I was over here researching, baby. I had to go re-listen to these books and be like, let me find out. So, book one is Gold. And I'm going to read the synopsis of Gold for you guys, and then we'll hop into some questions. But for Malik Jones, hockey is his wife. Everything and everyone else is his mistress and aside. When an unexpected responsibilities land in his lap, the balance of his world is disrupted, changing the way he sees everything. Trying to figure out life while recovering from trauma, Nuri Knox finds herself in desperate need of the one thing Malik has to offer. In each other, they discover what neither of them expects: love. So, whew, first, I want to ask you this because this is all surrounding sports romance. So, what made you want to tackle such heavy topics surrounding a sports romance?
I think that's just who I am. I don't know. I do know. I see these as real people. In my head, they're real people. So I want to give them a well-rounded life, all the little elements of life. So we all are dealing with something in life, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I believe that's why my characters always there's always going to be a heavy subject matter. And two, you'll see a lot of mental health because it is personal to me because I do have anxiety, depression, ADHD. I get it. I got it all. And it runs in my family, especially depression. And then when I was in nursing school and we got to the psych section, that was my favorite. I was just in heaven. I was like, oh my God, this is great. This is great. I get to learn all this stuff. Now I never worked in psych, but that was my favorite subject, so and I'm really fascinated with the mind. I'm fascinated with how childhood affects people as adults.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think it just, you're a writer, so you go into everything you write. You put yourself into everything you write.
Exactly. And so I went through a book and I was trying to identify, and I was mostly at first we were focused just on the main two characters, and then as I went through it, I was like, wait a minute, everybody got a little something going on here. Because
Yeah,
with
that's
Malik,
true.
it was the childhood emotional neglect, which was
Mhm.
one thing. And so then he also, look, my daughter taught me this. Hopefully I say it right, social trophy. She said it was social trophy. And I was like, what is that? And she was just like, it's just like when you are, she said it's a part of being emotionally unavailable and then you shun an intimacy too, because he did do that. She said, but it's all, you know, it's based off of childhood emotional neglect. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay. And so then of course
Right.
you told us about his mom had anxiety and depression. And
Mhm.
then Tori, of course, had PTSD, you
Mhm.
know. And she suffered a little depression because of what happened in the end with, her
Yeah.
their settling, But the kids, this is where my daughter came in. She was like, yeah, she was like, no, selective mutism is a part, of mental health issues.
Mhm.
She's like, and then she was like, and grief. Like all of them had some grief. She was like,
Mhm.
that grief. And and
Right.
Tasha with her narcissistic behavior. Huh?
Mhm.
So I was like, yeah,
She was
she
a
should.
bitch. She was a bitch.
She was.
She was a
And
bitch.
so, but I was like, you know what? She's a classic narcissist, though. She
Yeah.
was. She was a classic narcissist. So, and that's my next question since I'm on her because I'm gonna talk about her and get off her because I don't like her. Yeah,
Nobody does.
her and what's that woman who should not be named Ella Mama? Mm-mm. I can't even think of her name. That's how far out of my mind I try to put her.
Esther. Miss
So look,
Reese.
But Miss Reese, Ella's mama and Tasha, they both can just, dive off a real short cliff into a deep ocean. Okay.
No, it
You
should
won't
be a
cry.
burning volcano.
Oh my
No,
A
God.
volcano.
a burning volcano.
You just don't
Yeah,
want nothing left, huh?
with the anchor.
Mm-mm.
Keep them down there. Keep them down there in the burning
Oh my
volcano.
gosh.
'Cause, baby, them two right there, they got on my nerves so bad. But do you think that
Mm.
the reason why Malik was, or she was able to actually grasp hold to Malik was because of her narcissistic behavior? Like, 'cause she just kind of overpowered him, because so to say, like he knew how far to let her go with him, when they was in a relationship, but he
Mhm.
stayed. And I think she was just so dominant. Like she just
Well, I think it was a combination of she saw what she wanted, and she was gonna latch on to him, but also he just needed that affiliation, that loyalty, and she was giving it to him. Like he said, he felt like he looked crunchy and crusty. Wasn't nobody checking for him, and she was. So, so he was a virgin. He was a hockey nerd. So here's this beautiful woman. She's checking for him, and he needs somebody. That's why a lot of times why you have teen mothers, they need someone to love. And that's why they end
Mhm.
up doing that. I think she was there, and she was giving up coochie, and she
and
She was throwing that thing back.
and he was like, "Screw, right, okay."
he said he had none, and that was his first
His
piece of
first
pie.
piece. That's somebody that was there with him. She wasn't going nowhere. He hadn't had that. His mother was emotionally unavailable. His father just dumped him. So yeah.
But now that leads up to my next question, though, for real, about the abandonment. It seems like Malik was able to overcome his issues with his mom, but not his father.
Mhm.
Why was that? Why do you feel like he was just kind of more forgiving to his mom than to his dad?
Because his mom was trying. It wasn't that she wanted to be
Mhm.
unavailable. She had a mental illness that she was dealing with, and um, sometimes a lot of that's just out of your hands. Some people have like medication or treatment resistant depression and stuff. May not have been, that wasn't her case, but you have to go through trials of different medications and therapy. There's a lot that goes into being able
Yeah.
to maintain a healthy life, when you have mental illness. The father just dumped it. Obviously something
He
was wrong
was
with
a
him.
dusty, dirty daddy.
Yeah, he just, at least the mother was trying to be there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the
He
stepmom wasn't no better either. Which
Mhm.
I'm glad we didn't really get too much about her, because she would have been in that same volcano.
But you want to
She
know what? I have a name from her, and this is from my friend. She has a list. I have never have never seen no one put a list together of our open palm people. So she's part of the Ku Klux tissue people.
So Lord.
She call them Ku Klux Kleenex.
look,
Oh my God.
my goodness.
So I I just want to say this. Go broke my heart. It's I mean broke my heart because that scene with his dad tore me to pieces because like you said all he wanted was to be with his father, and then for you to get him all excited and then you just like no, I'm not doing this anymore. That bothered me so much. But then you put it back together, then you broke it a little bit when you brought the siblings in. I said, damn,
Um,
how much Kleenex did she go through writing this book?
Girl, listen,
Then
I'm
you
telling you.
brought Nori in, and I was like, okay, it's getting back together. It's getting back together. Then you broke it again when Mama came home, when Mama Aisha came home. I
yeah.
swear, I went through so many emotions with that book, but I felt like it was necessary and it was needed. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I had a good cry. I definitely had a
Mhm.
good cry. And because I was just like, this is something so, I felt like with you when I read your series. It's always something different with each series. I feel like I'm getting to know you a little bit more. But with this book, I said, oh, she got us inside her head. And now we seeing everything. But yeah, you did it with that one. I've never cried that hard on anything you write.
Oh
And
I might cry
wow.
laughing, but crying, I was like, God damn.
and it was my boo. Like I was like, because I
Yeah,
decided, like every series, so I won't be too much of a hoe in these literary streets. That I'm just gonna choose one
I'll
man
do it for you. I'll do it for you.
to be
That
my,
one.
my boo. So I was like, yeah, Malik gonna be my boo. And then you came out with rapping. I was like, she got me home. She got me
Well, she
home.
popping all over to you, man.
Yes.
Just all over the side. Just on the glass at the game.
Oh, your wife
Drooling.
is here, Miss House. Miss House, your wife is here, and she
Oh,
said she went
hey,
through, yeah, she said she went through a whole lot of emotions with this excellent series, and I definitely agree because I can't wait till we get to talk about. I said my namesake. I said, oh, she used my name on the next book. I can't wait to get to that one. Hmm.
yes. So we gonna talk a little bit more about Malik. I just had because we this one was so man. Listen, you came out the gate because then you brought his
Swinging.
siblings to it, and that's the part that this was like that touched my soul because
Mm,
I when I found out they were coming in, I was like, oh man, I hope that the siblings aren't, you know, he's not jealous because they had his dad,
Yeah.
and not want to. And what made you like have him just overcome this and not actually have that jealousy and not say, well, F my dad, I ain't dealing with his other kids, he deal with me, to just embrace, them and bring them in and just love on them the way that he did.
Well, he has empathy,
hmm.
he came to me that way. He's an empathetic character. He was a person with a good heart. Um, I believe in my mind he inherited it from his mother. She had a good heart. She just
She
had
did.
issues that she had to deal with.
Mhm.
And if you recall, he said that she was always letting people take advantage of her. She was always helping people, and they were taking advantage of her. So this is just something he inherited from his mother. He was just going to be a good person, regardless of what his father did. Um, because just like there are people that their environment causes them to do bad things. There are people that that's not everybody's story. Some people see the bad and be like, "I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be anything like that. I know how that feels, and I don't want to cause that feeling on anybody else." It's just it's individual to the person.
Absolutely, he
Can
did.
can we cover this part? Bookworm 203757 just said this, and this is why I said when you kind of broke my heart again when them kids
Mhm.
came, and when she said the kids barely had a relationship with their dad, only difference was they lived with him. For
Mhm.
them, like you said, for the sister to come in and not speaking because she,
Mhm.
sometimes you hear those kids being told you're supposed to be seen and not heard, and it's like that
Mhm.
they were true. It was true to form with them.
Mhm.
But when they started talking and telling their story and what they was going through, I wanted to pull him up out the grave and bury him again
Child.
Yeah,
because
basically,
it's like, I
that's
mean,
just showing you
my
he
thing
he,
is,
he just wasn't shit. He just wasn't shit,
yeah,
regardless of who the child was.
right. You didn't do right by your first one. You had not one but two chances to get it right, and you still
Mhm.
didn't get it right. I think you
Mhm.
let him off easy when you killed him
But you
off.
know what? I will give him this one pass though. I give the only reason I want to throw the stepmother in eternal fire because you sit up here and raise all this hell about Malik being there, then you had kids and then treat them right.
Mhm.
And
How you gonna leave your kids in the house and y'all go somewhere? Them little kids. I
little
said
kids,
you dirty. You what I got let me I'm gonna think of another open palm name that she got on her list. Let me text her real quick so she
that that one pissed me off. I said, now how you sit up here and make this man send his other child back, and then you get two kids and you don't treat them kids right? Like you just, but you know what? An ain't shit nigga gonna attract the ain't shit bitch. I'm sorry. That's just what it
Well,
is. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he had exactly who they deserve. They deserve each other.
Yeah.
Only reason I give him a pass is because he showed that he did love Malik. He just didn't. He couldn't put his selfish side aside
Yeah,
to
it's
be the father he
selfish.
needed to be
Yeah.
because he told his younger siblings about him, and
Mhm.
that automatically almost made them kind of love him before they even knew him. So
Mhm.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
especially
that
Junior.
yeah, and that kind of helped with that transition, like
Yeah.
because they were in the same boat with Malik. They needed somebody to love them, and they kind of came in like, "You gonna be like our daddy?" Because he did, but he talked so good about you. We want to be here, and when
Mhm.
he was there for them, it was like such a beautiful moment. And then here comes the girl with her little sweetheart stuff. We just love us for
But you know what? His father would not have done that had Malik not turned out to be something.
Really? That's what I wanted to know.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
I think he
Mhm.
looked and he saw what his son became and thought, dang, he did that without me being a part of it. You know, he couldn't do anything but respect that.
Yeah, and
Mm.
Rita was lovely. Q said the same thing that I was saying too about he had his moment when he told him about it, but you know what? Now I don't like him again. Now I don't like him at all no more.
I think
Right,
but I
because
just he loved
you
him.
got time to tell them about him, but you don't have time to pick up the phone and say, "Oh, would you like to meet your siblings?" He's
Well,
a
he
dirty
probably
snowman.
look,
He's
he
a
probably
dirty
just
snowman.
cussed out or something.
Right. I'm about to say now he knew better not to call Malik after he had that made it. Now you done keep this boy in the house and you gonna call him when he finally tell you hang that phone up.
Yeah, but I do
That
think
is
he
true.
loved. I think he loved him the way he knew to love him. But I
Right.
Yes.
think it really was it. I won't say it came out of him being a success, but I think that's where the respect for him came from. That he was a success. So.
Can we talk about you writing a book with two virgins? Because I wasn't expecting that from you. Not
Oh
one,
yeah,
not one, but two.
that's why I did it because nobody would expect me to do it.
I said that's nah. I don't know who told Miss House to do that, but you did
Nobody,
good. I
nobody
can
else
say
told
that.
me.
Let me tell
Y'all,
you
y'all
something.
expected me to write hoes, so I have to.
Yeah,
I gotta switch it
we
up.
we
As,
like your hoes.
as much
I
sex
don't know. I
as
don't
much as they were sexy, you can give me two virgins anytime you want to.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, they
know.
made up for it. I tell you that
Look,
much.
I ain't
That
never
man,
wrong with not being a virgin. I don't never want to make it seem like you are better because you're a virgin. I ain't gonna never write that the woman is better because she's a virgin or whatever. But I just want to do something a little different. And there are people over 30, over 40 that are virgins. So that's just something I wanted to add.
And I appreciate that. And if it's, I hope they read this and just know that you're gonna get some good sex eventually.
that,
Yeah.
baby,
You'll get it good eventually.
let me tell you something. Okay, like I said again, you can write many versions you want to if they discovering sex like this, because
Right.
They was getting it in.
we get it.
That man couldn't get enough. He couldn't get
Yeah.
enough.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough of these of them. I was like,
Yes.
it's
Listen,
to
she
me.
was a plus size queen, and I don't know if you ever
Yes.
seen. I posted one time. Look, you plus size women, them be like a brick oven down there, child. That's why he was just getting baked. That's what he was doing.
And he was
Yes.
like, listen, suffocate me, man.
I die, I die.
And
He
he
gonna die happy. He gonna die happy. That's all that matter.
listen, and he was content in his soul with it. All right,
Okay, he had made peace with the fact that he made that.
he may die.
Right.
And look, he already knew his siblings had somebody who was gonna love on them. So he was like, "I die over here. I'm gonna die happy. They take care of. I know she got them."
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I will say this because now everybody should who on here now. I'm gonna tell you this book discussion. Y'all should have been a red gold by now. Okay.
Wait a minute. Miss Vaughn, Jones said 59 pussies.
She make me sick.
What is 50? No, you gotta explain that. You got to explain that. Please. What is
Jacoby,
59 pussies?
Jacoby was
Because-
done. When he was done, he used to send, like, I'll send him an email thanking whatever once I listen to the file, and he sent back, "You're welcome, but if I had to say pussy one more time." So after he said that, I called her. I said, "Girl, I want to do. I had that many pussies." So I started counting. I searched pussy in the document, and it was 59. So when we met him in person, because we also had brunch, I said, "I'm so sorry." He said, "No, that was not. You didn't have even one too many pussies. That's not what I meant. I just." I feel so bad. When that man
59.
said on number 60, I was gonna be like,
so then when it came time for holding, I was like, "How many we got this thing?" I think I had dropped out of 40 something. Yeah, I was so
That
done
is
when he sent that
funny.
message. If you had me say pussy one more time, oh my God.
I mean, all you had to do was just add 10 more so it can be 69 pussies.
listen.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
So,
I don't think about how much cussing is going.
So can we get a shirt that say 59 pussies?
Yes, put me on the list.
Oh no, she didn't. And she said, and then she said 23 dicks.
Listen, 59, 23. That's what you on the shirt. 59, 23. I promise we're gonna
59,
buy.
23.
She talking about big. Was that my dicks or her dicks? Because I don't know. Because she had some dicks going on. I don't know now. She back up off me with the dicks.
I don't know. Now wait a minute. How many dicks did Bianca say?
See, he had to worry about the dicks were not as plentiful. And then I guess after he said it, I couldn't unhear it when I listened to it. But there's the one scene, with the rose when he catches her in the room, and it was pussy with every other word.
It was. Yeah, she said it was an Ignite. There were 23 dicks.
Yeah, I knew them wasn't my dicks. Yeah, see there? Those were her dicks.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to
You said that was in the night. Y'all need to combine a t-shirt then. 59, 20.
50. I can't stand her for that.
Shit, all I saw was 59 pussies. I said, what? You had to explain that.
He so called me out. I wasn't expecting it either because he doesn't ever say anything about it. I always have all this stuff in there. But I guess I did go overboard with the pussies this time.
Listen. Go get it.
Right?
I didn't go put LOL at the end. Nigga, you ain't mean no LOL. You was trying to say it pussy.
Well, listen. We couldn't tell.
I be doing that for y'all.
Right?
You get the Kobe say pussy a lot.
And I appreciate it.
We love it. I love it.
I appreciate that. I really do.
I love all
because I don't like no grown men who fight on the rink, who can skate with a stick, and then you saying booty or the whole. Nah, nigga, I need you to say pussy. That's it. That's all.
In the Negro man I know that always said pussy. That's what I'm going off of. The men I have known, they have said pussy.
I don't know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't use cock, because I ain't know the nigga on the earth to use that word. So that's why I don't use it.
Right. I done heard them say big pussy, small pussy, wet pussy, no walls pussy, everything with a pussy.
But I'm just
they said it all. Any kind.
I got to say this. I want to thank you for that because, like, yeah, we know it's a phrase, but we us now.
Niggers. We don't use that word.
We don't use that. So now, I
Nah.
mean, yeah, no, but I mean, we can let them keep that.
I hate the word anyway. I can't
Yeah, they
stand it.
definitely can.
Oh,
Me
I
too.
hate cock. It just makes me itch. I don't like it.
They make her head.
I hate that's one word I absolutely hate.
But you
Mm-mm.
in my mind crazy because every time somebody do say it though, I think about a chicken, and only because of chickens and roosters and everything. I think about all of them animals, and I'm like, well, I don't want to think about that when I'm talking about this.
No, I just it behooves me, and I know that ain't the right word. It behooves me when they use that. It bewilders me.
No, yeah,
When
it's
I
the right
say
word. It behooves a lot of people. They trying to sound proper,
when I see a
like
black
they
character say
smart.
that, I'm like,
Oh my
where they
God.
from? Because I ain't know no black man to say that. They from somewhere else.
I have
Mm-mm.
never known. Let me see. What is do Instagram got some? Kanye said, "What did I walk in on?"
You walked in on Miss House saying 59 pussies
Yeah,
and
listen.
That's
go
Joan.
59 pussies and Joan saying 23 dicks and ignite.
Yeah, because them, I knew them wasn't my dicks. Now I don't think I counted the dick. I just counted the pussy.
Now I
That's
need you to put that on the shirt. I need you to put that on the shirt. I know them wasn't my dicks.
I'm
She
sure
gonna
there
have
was.
that. She gonna like that.
I'm sure my dicks were plentiful, but I didn't
Yes.
count the dick.
She gonna have a whole T-shirt line by the time she
Right?
59 pussy.
59 pussies. I know it was my dicks. But look, we gonna.
But in a 50-something thousand word document, is that really a lot of pussies?
No, it's not. I feel like that ain't enough. You should at least have 1,000 pussies if you wrote 59,000 words. Yeah. You could have had a text thread in the book and just said pussy, 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 pussy.
You playing? You go through out and get that in the book.
If we get a book,
It's like you fell asleep typing pussy and it just went on repeat.
And then it'll just be a whole bunch of S's and a Y for the last one.
Yes.
I feel it's gonna be in the book. I feel it's a book with me.
Oh my gosh.
This last book I wrote, I don't know how many pussy in it, but it's a whole lot of pussy getting. I'm like, what y'all doing it again?
I mean, I seen the cover. If nobody ain't tackling that, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because Lilith is Lillian.
She's like, okay, y'all want to do it? All right, we're doing it again.
We're gonna do it.
I'm ready.
Well, we are ready. We are ready. Well, Crystal,
I'm ready.
I know you want to get into Holden because look, she has an affection for Holden because her namesake is in there. So
I said, did she think about me? Little old me? But okay, if you didn't, I'm still gonna go with that because her name is Crystal. It's spelled different. But I'll go with
that. The brother and sister, rather.
Uh-huh.
Crystal and Blake, that's from Dynasty. Crystal and Blake.
Yes.
Karen.
But you want to know what? My mother said that's where she got Crystal from.
Ah, wow. Okay.
Yep, she just spelled it the regular way because she used to watch Dynasty. Like I was watching the soaps when I shouldn't have been watching the soaps.
Yeah,
That's probably that explains a lot about me. Yes.
all.
All right, let's talk about what? Yes, and when they brought Diane Carroll on there.
Yes, baby. She my spirit animal, honey. I love some Dominic.
Yes. Yeah.
Love Diane Carroll.
I love her. All right, Holden, book synopsis. Childhood neighbors, enemies, best friends, lovers, enemies. Sirens lineman Terrence Ford and his ex-wife, Crystal, have meant all these things to each other. Once believing their union was indestructible, they find themselves unhappily apart. Maybe what they see as an ending is really the beginning of a stronger bond and a deeper understanding of what love really is. Hold It is a novel that offers intimacy, healing, and forever. Contains mature themes. So Crystal suffered from bipolar disorder and grief because of her sibling. And then we had Ford, who had depression and grief because of his best friend. I'm going to just say this before I have my first question.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't like her. And then I'm like, yes, I do. I ain't never been that confused about a character a day in my life. I said I want to
I do.
dislike this woman so bad, but I couldn't. It was just like, why don't you like her? Like I literally sat here and was like, now you know you should not like her. And I'd be like, but why? Like I could not figure out why. I couldn't pinpoint why I was like, I felt bad for her. Like what's going on? And the
Yeah.
way you wrote this book, I I wasn't ready. So my
Mhm.
first question is, what was your thought process with this book?
Um, I just wanted to try to write something sweet. I know it's got a lot going on, but I think this story is sweet. I think the
Yes,
beginning of the story as they grow up and
yes,
I think they have a really sweet love story. But I also
they do.
wanted to show give some representation to someone with a mental illness, with someone who loved them anyway, and through even when he didn't understand what was going on, he loved her. So that was based. I
Right.
just wanted to write a sweet little. I knew it was going to be the back and forth that some people hate, but well. Uh,
Yeah, and we don't care because let me tell you, you executed that so well. I so enjoyed
thank you.
learning them and then finding out their backstory as I went along. To
Yeah,
me, that helped me like her more
yeah,
because I got to see what all she went
Right.
through, understand
yeah.
what she was going through as an adult.
Yeah,
And
and I do that for me because I'm easily bored. So if I just went linearly from childhood up to now, that would have bored me to tears. So that's why I go back forth, back forth, back forth. And yeah, I just wanted you all to get the whole story and try to understand why she was the way she was, why he was the way he was, that he was driven, he was committed to hockey as a little boy. He was just obsessed with it. He knew what he was going to
Yes.
do, and that she just, her background, her life there was such a contrast between the two of them. He was spoiled. He had everything he wanted. He was everybody's baby because he was the change baby, and she was
Yep.
just trying to make it over there with her mom, and her brother, and who was troubled. So I wanted you to see what made them who they were as adults, um, and just how steadfast, even apart, how steadfast their love for each other.
yes, yes.
I don't like it was now that one I devoured like in 2 days. And the only reason it took 2 days because I had this thing called the JOB. But other than that, I just was like, I don't want to put this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a job. So that's the thing.
I
So let
felt
me my next
I felt
question
like
is
I
when
did
writing
some
about
with that one
Crystal,
too.
you did. That's what I'm saying. It like I'm not gonna sit here and discredit Gold. I just feel like as the series went on, it just got better and better
Mm,
and better.
thank
Like
you.
I just nothing I can say. And I love the fact when you just said that we got to see a different side of Ford because Ford was a
Mhm.
whole ass fool in Malik's book,
Mhm.
Yes,
a
yes,
whole
he was.
fool. Like
He
I
was a
loved
fool in his book.
their conversations. He was a fool in his book too. He definitely was. But I loved seeing the softer side of him. I loved seeing him as a child. I loved seeing him as a teenager. I'm not even gonna lie. And I don't usually kind of like reading books with teenagers because I'm just like, I don't want to be lusting after somebody's child. Like to me, that kind of grosses me out. But
Yeah.
it was just something sweet about him that I love. That like I wish I was his age at then because then I would
Mhm.
have like he my man, my man, my man. But then Dravion would be mad at me, so I can't say that.
Trying to snatch
Yeah.
you by your cow.
When I want to be with somebody else, I go let Dravion play with Stevie. Yeah, he go play with Stevie in my mind. But
Not play with little,
Yeah.
not play with his
he go
wife.
play with her in my mind. Yeah,
He gonna play with his
right.
wife.
He go play with his wife and his kids. Yeah. When I don't want to be bothered, or when I'm picking with some other man, I let him go play with his wife. So Yeah,
Okay, y'all have
that's what I do. But
okay.
how how did you want the readers to feel about her before you disclose what was really going on? Because I like that you didn't disclose like at the beginning, that we got halfway through the book before we figured it out.
I wanted y'all to be kind of confused, like just kind of want to know what is going on with her. I didn't want y'all to hate
was.
Well, listen, you accomplished that because that's exactly what the hell I said. I said, what the hell is
You sure did.
I want you to be like, I got to keep reading because I got to figure out what's going on with her. But I didn't want you to dislike her. Now, some people disliked her. They disliked her before they got to understand why she was the way they were. They thought she was just mistreating them. And a lot of people picked up on, okay, something's wrong, with her. But yeah, I just want you to be like, what is going on? Let me keep reading. My goal is always do something to keep you reading.
How when I found out that girl had to not tell that man she didn't file that paperwork, I said, I'm about to throw this goddamn phone. The hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, that one right there. That was the second one. No. That was the second thing that said. Now she playing with us. I said, Miss House out here playing in our face. But the first one where you was playing in our face, and on reading with loyal Q, I said it. Just QU, I just said it. When he was talking about joint custody. You talking about joint custody with your wife about a goddamn animal.
About an iguana.
Wait, because he kept on saying it, and I was like, oh my gosh, they got a kid together. And then I was just trying to figure, I was like, when did she get pregnant? When did they have a kid? And then when I found out it was an animal, I said, oh, Miss House you got jokes. I'm not even gonna lie, you got jokes.
That damn iguana. I said,
I ain't sharing joint custody with that. You can have it. You can have it.
They both loved Ladarius. I don't understand.
But you want to know what? Can I tell y'all something? My same co-worker who has her open palm list of names, y'all, her dog is named Devontae DeMarcus. And he has a do-rag.
He's a black dog. That was a black iguana.
He's a black dog, for real.
Ladarius Ford.
Yep.
Ladarius Ford.
The reaction to Ladarius has tickled me so bad. It's like the same every time. They'll be like, I thought it was a baby. Then I'm like, why he put the grapes on the floor?
Yes. I said a damn iguana? Is she serious? And then, but I literally was trying to figure out, when did they have a kid?
Yeah.
So when we got to their book, and then you can see, okay, they had sex. So maybe she got pregnant in high school. Nope.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, she must have got pregnant in high school. I said, Lord have mercy. But now, I was shocked by that. That tickled me. That actually tickled me.
Yeah.
He was asking if that dude been around his son.
Yes. Okay, so here's my next question. Why was Crystal's mother only worried about her son and not Crystal? Because, she was like, I got to make sure, that right there, I was like, wait a minute, you got 2 kids, not just one. I think you explained it in the book, but I just wanted, just make clarification for me, because maybe I think I was running a little slow.
One was unproblematic, and one wasn't. He was always getting into stuff. Even back little, he was getting into stuff. That he said they had gotten into a fight, and that's why his mom was making her go with him. So that was it. He was the level-headed child.
Yeah, and then like you say, when you too level-headed, sometimes it's like, you got to check one more than the other. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain things, like with my son. And I kind of get it with boys, because like, not saying that he was in like a lot of trouble in school, but he was kind of like up and down sometimes. And I'm like, talking to Doc, like, is he okay? And they was like, no, he's fine. Like, he moody. But then I just realized as he got older, he's a damn Gemini. So that's how they act.
Yeah, you have
Geminis.
You can have 3 of mine got the same mom and daddy, and no 2 are alike. I had to be different. They all grown, thank God. Yeah. But I had to be different parenting with all three because they were just so different. It's crazy how that happened.
It's crazy because I always say this. My daughter is super mature. My baby son is super mature. But my daughter is mature type where she's communicative, like to the point that it's over communicative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she gonna tell you every single bit of detail. I'm like, just give me the Cliff Notes version, baby. What's going on? You know, see the Cliff Notes. But my
Beat it
baby
up.
son, he's like mature and to the point that sometimes we had to remember to be a parent. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. My oldest was always very mature, very empathetic. She knew I was struggling financially. She wasn't gonna ask for it. She would just tell the band director, "Well, I just ain't going. My mama got no money. Y'all gonna figure something out." She wouldn't even bother me with it, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, yeah, you can go for free." She would do that all the time. She didn't tell me till she got out of school. She said, "Yeah, I just tell me all the time. My mama ain't got no money. I can't go. Y'all must don't want me, And my son, I need this and I need that. He was gonna tell me everything. They were all just so different.
Right.
And the youngest was a whole nother person. So
exactly, I was like, and that's I have
and
three.
just like you say, I'm about to say y'all had 3. I had 2. So just imagine, like you said, because I had to do things different with my daughter and my son. But just imagine mothers that got 13 kids, 10 kids, 7, 5. Like, it's no way.
At that point, raising them kids because I know where they
I used to say I wanted 5 until I had that third one, and she literally tried to kill me in utero. And I just, I had that HG where I was just sick I was sick the whole 9 months with all 3, but this was by far the worst. Then I got chicken pox at 8 months pregnant. So I was like,
oh
wow.
wow.
Y'all good, I ain't doing that no more. No,
yeah,
I ain't gonna have no more.
Mm-hmm. They'll do that to you. They'll do that to you. Okay, this is my last one. So I did say early, Ford wasn't fool in book 1, but his book, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, okay, Ford, I'll slide with you for a couple of hours and then, I'll go back to Dravion. But what? Was that on purpose? Like, did you give us a different side of Ford in Malik's book so we couldn't see that serious side yet because you wanted to save it then? Or like, that's just, because like I said, even in Rap book, I felt some serious parts with him. Mm-hmm. But in Gold, he was just a fool. I said, he a fool. And I don't know how they be his friends sometimes.
Look, that's what the Negro was bringing to me. I would be like, yellow brick pussy. But yeah, that's what he was bringing to me.
That one right there.
Of course he had
that one right there. I said, that's what I'm saying. You be coming up with some weird stuff. Yes.
I do.
I mean, so you gave us yellow brick pussy. You gave us what's the oil name? What's the oil? The pussy oil. Like it's just you just be sitting there just coming up with stuff.
Yeah, I just be thinking
the magic pussy.
And y'all don't try to stop me. Y'all don't try to say stop doing this. Y'all just let me just write anything. And I just write it.
No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to.
Because we love it. That's why.
Y'all try to make me have sense. Y'all don't encourage me to have sense. I just write anything and it just be there. And then I read it back and I'll be like,
I don't write it.
Read it back,
I know you got to say that a lot with Unc because, I know you say that a lot with Unc because that one right there, I think that man is pure comedic genius. Like the funniness, it never stops with him.
I love him though. I love him. I love writing him. I have too much fun.
Yes, definitely love him. But yeah, so I'm just going to stick to it that Crystal was because of me, but I do like that you write Crystal and Blake. I never thought about that from Dynasty, but it's me. It's me. So thank you. And yeah, I like I said, I loved Holden just as much as I loved Gold. But this last book right here.
I did a song.
No, you should start saying you did the big something. Yeah, you. You was in this bag. You did your big South on that one. You did your big South. Because
I
don't even know what else to say.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm over here, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all going over here in this Facebook group. I promise you, I can't type right now.
Yeah, all I hear is a click of the clack, clack, click, 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 clack.
All right, I'm trying to get y'all going.
All right, so you want me to do the synopsis to assist while you click it, clack, clack, click, click, click?
Go ahead. Why?
All right. Now let's get into this, Mr. Edmund Orlando Rap. Okay. So assist. The Center for the St. Louis Sires has lived an undeniably good life, but something has always been missing. Something he desperately craves: a family. The alluring rapper is at the top of her game, talented and adored by her fans, including the Center for the St. Louis Sires. But what she desires most is a real connection, a friend. One random phone call links them in ways neither could have imagined, a connection that helps free them from the past and navigate the future. In the process, maybe, just maybe, they'll find true love. So Rap suffered with major depressive disorder, attachment issues. And that's the thing, like, and I think we didn't put that down, but what did Bianca Bambino suffer from?
PTSD.
That's what I was thinking from what she went through.
Because she was a victim of some unwanted things that happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had quite a few things, and then that old crazy ass stepbrother,
he had some issues.
Like, I feel her. They wasn't blood related, but he was. She felt incestuous with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was her family, and that's all she knew. And his old trifling. You know what? Never mind. We got one more person to throw in the volcano. Their damn mama.
The thing that pissed me off the most about her when she told the story about what happened to her, and she was like kind of okay with it. Some of these characters that y'all be, some of these characters y'all be writing, I be hoping they real ones so I can see them on the street and just clip them up or run them over.
Listen, because
her child is missing, so.
But yes, yes, I love that.
Somebody took care of that, so she's suffering.
I was gonna say, I don't think he up and left the country, but you have answered that question for me, because
he up under the country.
You're right. Between smoking his mama, boy, if I ever saw them in the street, I would dust them in two pieces. And if y'all was wondering, if y'all looking at me live and y'all see this background, that is me and my man Rap. That is me and my man Rap in the background.
Orlando, huh?
Because I
let her have him. I let her have him.
I fell in love with Lincoln. I fell in love with Neil. I fell in love with every last one of the Mitchell brothers. I just
not all three brothers.
Every last one of them. I was just like, you know what? Every one of them just was like, they was different, but the same kind of attitude and persona and that big toughness. I know that was kind of bred in them, but I fell in love with Malik. Fell in love with
she done made us a household. We the households.
I'm a household. That's what I am.
We a household. Yep. There we go.
But baby, I can tell you
loud and proud.
Yep. I'm a household. I need you to put that up when we finish. We are households.
In the song of Rich Baby Daddy. Household.
Oh my God.
But by far and large, I am like, hear me clearly. Now, I'm going to sit everybody down for Rap. I don't care what nobody say. Rap can come. I can be with Malik, Lincoln, Bill, and South. Rap come a goodbye. Leave. You got to go. Rap
Let's
come.
rap. Y'all gone.
So get up on the bed. So slide over in front of the bed. But I
Yes, put your mouth.
Rap was so he was like a gentle giant to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
I love that because he had like this kind of brashness about him, but
Mm-hmm.
getting to know him through his past and him, not knowing his family and how that impacted him and just him allowing himself to feel his emotions and go through it. I was just like, you know what? And it damn sure didn't help that every time Wesley and Jacoby hit that New Orleans accent with David, I said,
Yeah.
they gonna make this good looking young man. Woo, Jesus. I said,
Mm.
Lord have mercy. She's determined to keep my legs spread.
Up in the air.
That's that house. That's that household. Mm-hmm.
Just determined to keep them spread. So my first question though, I do want to say because he did have, a depressive disorder because
Mhm.
of attachment issues, right?
Mhm.
Um, one of the side effects when I was reading this was violence. Do
Mhm.
you think is that one of the reasons why he gravitated to hockey? Because he could have did so many things. He was super intelligent and he was
Mhm.
good at so many things. But
Yeah.
hockey is a violent sport. So
Yeah.
do,
It's a way to get some aggression out for sure. Yeah.
exactly. Well,
Mhm.
and he even with that, I love the fact that he was still mature for the most part because he
Mhm.
kind of focused on the game and not the other BS. The fight
Yeah.
was, but baby, when he did get into that fight,
Poor Bianca was like, oh Lord.
Yes.
when he did get in that fight on
Well,
the
he was a
hockey,
little more business minded as far as he was trying to win. He was strategic. So he wasn't,
Very.
he wasn't necessarily trying to get in a fight. He loved the game. He wanted to win. Winning was his thing. And he was the captain. So he felt like he was setting the tone for the team. He was responsible for the team. But yeah, when things happen in your life, sometimes they affect your behavior. And he was, even if you're looking for something and you find it, but you weren't expecting to actually find it, it can mess
Mm-hmm.
with you, you know.
and
And he didn't really understand what happened. He only knew what he knew, what he had been told. So he just thought somebody threw him away, and he's like, "Well, do I even want to meet someone that would just throw me away?" So it was a lot of conflicting feelings for him.
exactly it was, but I will say this, I have to give a lot of praise to his adopted mother
Hmm.
because
Oh,
you could see how she poured into him.
Yeah.
And even though he didn't have like his biological family,
Hmm.
she instilled so much into him. Love number one, but even above
Hmm.
that, and you saw it in how he was kind of able to navigate, even though he was really suffering, he was still able to navigate
Yeah.
life in circumstances, situations in such a way that he wasn't out here just wilding out, getting in
Yeah.
trouble, doing dumb stuff or whatever. But he had his breakdowns. But baby, whoo, I tell you what, you now, Crystal, y'all talk about crying. I went through it with him when he did get
Hmm.
that thing back on that DNA. Like I was in tears. I said,
Yeah.
this is the most emotional day. I told you that this half of the book. I was
yep.
between
Yeah.
5 a.m. and 12 p.m. I had a rough month because I was happy. I was feeling the love. I was feeling the sex, and then I was feeling the emotion, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah.
But she really did. And so what was the thought process even behind him, the person who adopted him? Like, what was your goal with giving him such a beautiful adopted mom?
yeah, just wanted him to have that love. I didn't want him to be completely broken. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get a lot of information about adoptees from my trainer. My trainer's an adoptee. And
Okay.
so I was talking to her one day. I said, I think I want to write. Had, I already knew she was an adoptee and she had told me part of her story, but then I ran across some videos on TikTok where they were talking about the effects of adoption on even like you could see it in the infants, like the look on their face. They know something's not right. Whoever this is not who I was inside of for 9 months. The fact that they are conscious enough to know that and I was looking at these videos, these pictures, they all had the same look in their eyes, like something just isn't right, you know. And of course, they end up getting loved and being a part of the family, a lot of them, but still, it's hard on them because people believe a child, a baby, doesn't understand what's going on. But if you're inside of a person, you know that you've heard their voice, you know their smell for 9 months, and then you're handed to someone totally different, it's gonna jar you. And so after I saw those videos, I said, I think I want to write about an adoptee. I said, would you be willing? She said, yeah, I'll you can interview me. So I got to not exercise that day. And she just,
Yeah, I'm with you.
okay, watch it. I was being slick. No, I'm kidding. I really did want
Uh-huh.
and she was willing to share what she shared a lot with me that because I'm not adopted. My mommy and daddy had me, and although they divorced, I knew who my mom and dad were, and I've done the ancestral DNA, and I said, dang, they act them actually my parents. So like no surprises there. I'm actually the product of these people.
Oh
So
my gosh.
how I get these surprises. I ain't get no surprise. My brother, we share, so and his daughter came back 25% match. I said, well, that's his kid. But see, nobody's lying around here. So, I ain't know what I'm gonna find out. I mean,
Right.
We are.
me and my brother, my late brother, we do look like our, parents. I pretty much knew those. I looked just like my father, but you never know. So, yeah, I didn't know what it felt. She would tell me. She said until she had children, she didn't know what it felt like to be related to somebody, blood related to somebody. She was adopted, and she was really close to her adopted father. They loved her. They treated her well. So kind of, I told her, I said, well, I'm pretty much going to take your story and write it. And she said,
Right.
yeah, go ahead. Because I was just fascinated. It never crossed my mind what it would feel like to be adopted, not know your birth family, and walk through life. I just never thought
Right.
about that you don't have relatives, blood relatives. Until she said that, I said, wow, I've
And
never
you
thought
don't feel like you have an identity, because who, where are you tied to? You feel like you kind of just are here wondering.
that.
And I
Wonder,
mean, and I, right, and I felt him when he was like, when he basically was talking about how when he sees people, he don't have relatives, that he know of, because
Mhm.
you could be looking at a relative right in the face and not know that that's
Yeah,
And
that's
never
a
know it.
yeah.
Yeah.
and I
And then
felt
you don't know your medical history. You don't know what runs in your family. That was her thing. She was trying to find her birth mother because she wanted to know. She was getting older. She wanted to know if there was something she needed to look out for. So it's a lot
Yes.
that goes into it that I just was oblivious to because I've never had to deal with it. But
exactly.
but
And
yeah,
when
I can tell you did your research because that was one of my questions. Like, what was your research like? And I love how like you will sit and talk to people and find out information and put it in the story. And you can really tell, like with the writing, that you are really talking to somebody who is going through this.
yeah, I'm
And
I'm
I
gonna do some
appreciated it.
research. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want it to be it's fiction, but I want it to be as authentic as it can because my goal is for every black woman to be able to see herself in these stories, or black man, black person, to be able to see
Yes.
themselves in the stories. And also to understand that you don't have to be 100% put together. You can have some puzzle pieces missing and still be loved. So
Yep.
that's my ultimate goal. And of course, my ministry mostly is for women, black women, but of course, it's for black men too. And that's why I try not to make the men be one dimensional. I want them to have issues, them to be real people. So that's why you get a story, their backstory. You know what's going on with both people.
Right, and I teared up with him when I found out I was pregnant with Rap's baby. Yes, honey, we gave him a relative. We did.
I cannot. But you know what? I'm just gonna gloss right over that because you're not gonna keep on rubbing up in my face that you got that man is your man. We ain't gonna do that. No. But no, I'm gonna use the name that Unc used for her. So
No.
nah. So how was just research on Bronco Tina? Because that name, when Unc called her that, I said, "Who the hell is that?" And then I said, "It's Unc." So I should have known it's not the right name. I said, "This."
One thing he gonna do. Listen, Unc might tell you, might not. He ain't gonna tell you no lie, but he gonna get something wrong. He gonna get something wrong.
Yes, yes.
He gonna take.
But you want to know what else? I noticed what you've been doing in the books, and when I say I think this is the funniest thing ever, it's a little thing, but it's the funniest. That like every book you've had the main character, male or female, have a conversation with Unc, and then when he walks away, they like, I have no idea what just happened. I think that's the funniest thing ever because it's like, yeah, what did just happen?
They just let it go.
Listen,
yes.
And I know
this is a good question.
Okay. You said this before. I'm gonna get to the question, but while we on Uncle Lee Chester, you said this before. Just to put it back out here, who is the character Uncle Lee Chester based off of?
Mostly my father. Mostly him.
Yes.
Any white man I've ever known, because I'm from the country. So all these country black men, and my mom was from Southwest Arkansas, down toward Texarkana, Camden, all of down that way, Magnolia. And so we would go when I was growing up. We went down that way almost every weekend. That's where we went to church. Was down there in the country. But it was so country. Our church only met twice a month, first and third Sunday. So then we had to go to another church second and fourth Sunday. And we if it was a funeral. I don't care who funeral it was, we was going. I ain't know who these folks were that we was going to the funeral. Because my auntie's down there, the funeral hopping was the thing because you gonna get some repasts and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sitting up there, little girl, like I don't know who did and why they crying, but okay. So I know some country people. My dad is from country too, so all of my relatives are from the country. So all these country men that just be saying this stuff, and you be like, "What is he saying?" I mean, nothing was pronounced right, but that's just so beloved to me. I love it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I just try to figure out what they're saying. I try to decipher it, and go on. So he is a combination of my father, who was highly educated. He's a medical doctor. I've been practicing a long time, but when I tell you, you cannot take the country out that man, and he gonna say something crazy. He gonna say something crazy, and then all of my uncles and cousins and any old man that will come around and me, because I ain't got good sense either. I realize that. So part of it was me. I'll post some on Facebook. And my oldest will call me and say, "Mama, wow."
Listen, and we are kindred spirits in there because I'm a country girl. I'm from Southwest Georgia. Okay, down in the valley. Okay, and so with the red clay dirt roads. Okay, I'm from Southwest Georgia. I get that. My dad is a minister.
That's the best thing Georgia got is that red clay dirt.
Yes,
I know about them dirt roads. They still got dirt roads down there.
Absolutely, they do. And so my dad was a minister. He had 4 churches at one time, so I totally understand that them churches that only meet on first and third, and second and fourth, or one Sunday out the month. Because I was one of the PK kids that was going to a different church every dog on Sunday because he was a pastor there.
Yeah, them little part-time churches, and then on our church, there was a church, but there was a Kojic church behind our church. Our church was a Baptist church. So the Kojic church met once a month. and they have like 3 members because most everybody had died. But so their church was behind our church, and then my aunt actually had a house like on the same property with the church. The church was actually partly on her property. She let them build partly on her property. So we just walk from her house because that's where we stayed. We go down there. We walk on the dirt driveway from her house to the church and go on in there. And I can remember as a child thinking that was just a huge church. Child, that church, you can't cuss a cat in that church. You can't. But I thought this was just this big church as a kid.
And then you go back to the door, you like,
I'm like, oh.
It was this because you know they changed the doorknob on the church or
they throw some bricks up on it. They threw some bricks on it. It's got bricks. And a vestibule. They had a because you just gonna stand on themselves outside to the usher let you in. They got a vestibule now.
Yes. Be having to go to the bathroom and everything, and you gotta wait. Like, can I go to the bathroom? No, you gotta wait. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they look at you crazy if you get up. Where you go? So yeah.
And so you're right. We had a good question about Ishmael, and she said it was Bookworm 203757 said, did Bronco Tina's mother walk away from her because she was Albanian? Okay. Had albinism, right?
Yeah. Albinism, yeah.
Her mom just didn't want the responsibility. It never came to me that she didn't want it because of her skin condition. She just didn't want the responsibility of a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you want to know what I was going to ask that question? Would she, would her mother ever want to see her? And then I thought about it. No, because your daughter is famous and got money out the wazoo. So you just did not want to be bothered with your child. And I mean, it's so sad. And I know she probably like sitting around like, damn, look what I missed out on. But if her mother was around, do you think she would have became who she became?
No, I think she had everything that had to happen for her to get to where she got. But that story kind of comes from because I research for fun. This is what I do. I've always loved to research stuff. And if I get obsessed with something or I like something, I mean, child, I know everything about Kendrick Lamar now since the beef. Okay, but that's just what I do. I'd be like, oh, let me see what else. So I don't know if you know of Simply Red, the band that had Holding Back the Years back in the 80s.
Yep, I love that song.
Yeah, so the guy, Mick Hucknall, the lead singer, the redhead dude,
right?
His mother left when he was a child. And so, of course, he becomes this big famous singer, whatever. His dad had to raise him. And he wanted to connect with her. And she knew who he was. She did not want to be bothered. She still didn't want to be bothered. So that's what her story kind of reminds me of that.
Yes. And I mean, not everybody's meant to be a mother. She was just a vessel to bring the person. They sometimes be the vessel. That's it.
Exactly. And I mean, in certain situations, like, I'm not going to say that Ishmael, which is her real name. I love that name. It's beautiful.
I love that. Yes.
I'm not saying that she was in a better off situation growing up, but what I will say is that the situation she put in propels her to be in a better situation in life later on. Yeah. So, sometimes not having those parents can be the better thing for you,
It's kind of like with Michael Jackson. If Joe hadn't been Joe, then they wouldn't have been the Jacksons. Should he have been mean like he was? No, he should not have been that mean. But we wouldn't know who Michael Jackson was had Joe not driven him like that. That's just the truth,
That is so true.
So, I mean, and even they have their stories about Serena Williams that I hadn't gotten too much into that, but they talk about him and how he did his first set kids, and but it's like if he hadn't done what he did with Venus and Serena, they wouldn't be Venus and Serena. So it's almost like, it's so hard to really kind of say, well, you were bad, but it's like when you did something really good at the same time,
like they say, a broken clock can be right. It's right twice a day,
Exactly.
You can be wrong and you can be right. Two things.
Yeah, mine too. Mine ain't broken. That is true. I love that saying, and every time I hear that, I'm gonna just think of "Broken Clocks" by Daniel Allen.
Yeah.
That just took my heart.
Yeah.
Now, can I say this? I love this. So I thought of you. I said this is Mrs. House giving us a cultured nigga, because that's what he was. He was a cultured
Yeah.
nigga. Like
Yeah.
he did so much stuff. I was like, he a smart man. I
Mhm.
love a smart man.
It's
And then he
sexy.
looked like that. A smart man that looked like that and then play
Mhm.
hockey. It's like, where did he come from? I said, only Miss House. You gave us a one-eye man that we all fell in love with. Now you done gave us a culture nigga.
And who made an
I don't
appearance?
know.
Yeah, let's talk about that. He made an appearance too.
Yes,
He
he
sure did.
did.
He sure did. And I love you for that. I love you for that. Yes. I love
Yeah.
that you're taking and now intertwining your worlds
Yeah,
together. Like
I
they're
was
all being
saying,
intertwined together. We always know what's going on. Is my man gonna show up again? With is my man gonna show up again? Dravion.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It has to make sense to the story. If it makes sense to the
That
story,
is true. It
you know, I
definitely
don't
that is
want to just shove somebody into the story and it doesn't make sense. It made sense with
sense.
Van to be her manager. She had just fired dude. It made sense for Big South to show up because he was a co-owner in the team, you know. So
Yes.
and of course Unc because you know that
He
was their
just on.
honorary father. So all of
Right.
them, you know, Everett's always going to include him and stuff.
And
But
I like it. Yes.
I don't want to. And I never want to take away from the couple, you know, their
Right.
story. So if it makes sense for Dravion to pop up in something, he definitely will, you know.
Oh, I
when
can't
I
wait. I
tell
can't wait.
you, when I tell you, this was like just a conglomerate, like the super. I was like, a sister, baby, she giving us everything with a sister, you know, like I said, with Van, South, Uncle Lee Chester. Can't talk too much, but let me just
Yeah.
tell you, all I know is assistant's gonna bring you into every bit of the house of verse. Okay.
The house
Yes.
verse.
And you know what? Bookworm 203-757 said something earlier. I'm gonna say what she said, but I'm gonna omit a name because we said we wasn't dropping no spoilers. I'm gonna omit two
Yeah.
names, but she said the part that made her weak when the dad showed up at Rap's game and the uncle, basically said somebody hurt your baby, and the dad went off like he was a child and he a big old grown man. That was hilarious. I
Listen,
thought that was the funniest thing in the world. But then not even that, when they played Popovich again, and they was like, "Oh, Popovich, something's wrong." And then I was just like, "Oh, his daddy got to."
because Daddy, that was so classic of them though. Because I was like, I said, now
Yes, it was.
bring their attitude to this book. I was like,
Yeah, look, what would you expect it? How would you expect them to react? Ain't nobody finna mess with their people, so
No, they
that
don't.
tickles. That's
No,
what
they
tickles
don't.
me every time. Every
I
time I
love
read or listen to it,
They,
I get tickled. I'm like, they some
that.
fools.
oh,
I love it. Let me tell you this though. I want to say this. I want to first of all, I ain't gonna lie. I absolutely love the sex between Rap and Ishmael. I love it. But what I will ask this because I do realize that in some of this it was built off of some hurt and pain from Bianca's side. So we kind of know this, but just to put it out there, was at times did she use sex as a coping mechanism? You know,
Oh yeah, shoot, I do. So yeah,
shoot, a lot of people do.
what's wrong with that? No,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. You know, shoot. Sometimes you listen, and if ain't nobody around, I'm gonna still use it. You know, so
so,
I'm
oh my
stressed.
goodness.
I'm stressed. I will reach in that drawer in a minute. I got to do something. I'm too stressed. I mean, mm-mm.
Look, I feel like she low key passed it on the rap that he used as a mechanism too, because he was like, I need you to ride them.
Like, you know what? Bet I'm stressed too. Come on, ride it.
Yep, let's do this.
It's like you better tell her to do it. He's like, no. I know what you be doing, but I need this right now.
Yes. Senorita Jefe say, Van, I missed something. Gotta go back. Yes, go back because it was a part when you met her manager. When you met Bronco Tina's manager.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I loved how she made the first step. She made the first move. And just by a simple calling him. And I love their phone, like their little texts, their little phone conversations. Like it was soft. I said, this is really soft and really sweet. You got this big man that would like to pummel people, and then you got the rapping chick who be dancing her butt off. And then they just got this real cute little soft relationship. I loved everything about this book. Like now, on time, when we gonna read it again?
Listen, I already done read the book twice.
Oh, well, damn, I'm behind. Oh, and let me give a shout out to Rapping Wesley, because Wesley rapped her ass off.
She did. I loved it.
She rapped her tail off. We got a blooper. Well, it's like,
oh my gosh,
to the video I did, and she was like, Crystal said, you gonna have to share rap. Said, listen, because he the type of nigga you change your life up for.
Your wife for.
Yes. Yeah, when she bust out and did that, I said, "Oh, you showing off." Yeah, I think we the bloopers from this video was freaking hilarious because we were laughing so hard. It was just crazy. But this is what you do to us. You make us fall in love. You make us cry. You make us laugh. I mean, this series was
cry.
Yes. But I feel like I needed it because it, like I said, most of the time I'll suck it up, but I couldn't suck it up. I definitely couldn't suck it up. I
got emotional when I got the files back because Wesley produced the audiobook, and when I got the files from her, and we got to chapter 30-ish on, and the interactions between him and his father and stuff, and I was like, this is beautiful.
Yes.
It was so beautiful. I was like, Lord have mercy. I have never read a book. I got 3 kids. I don't want no more. Let that be known. So for me to even play that I was pregnant by rap, you gotta know.
He's some kind of man.
I'm glad you did it because I sure wasn't. I sure wasn't.
I was like, yes, we pregnant rap.
Yeah. And I hesitated because I didn't want to be known as person just get everybody pregnant. But I knew that this was pivotal to his story. For him,
he needed it. I agree.
And honestly, I believe it was pivotal for Go. It was, like those moments. They were needed. They were needed. So, and especially the way. Going back to Gold, the way that you actually played into that pregnancy, like it was heartbreak, but in the end, first of all, and Nur and Malik gonna sit around here and they gonna have them a whole big South tribe of kids.
Right.
They gonna be like Zoe and Renee.
They gonna have them. So I gotta say this.
I told her she got to get to Big Zoe. You got to get to Zoe because that.
Listen,
you might quit
that man. I told her, and Zoe grown.
Now, Miss House, you make me put down rap. I'm just gonna be like, you know what, damn it.
Zoe ain't no joke, babe. Big old fine man, just big and
that man. When I say I love that man.
And don't play about his woman.
I got it. Lord have mercy.
Not at all. Not at all.
Why I do it to me? Oh my goodness.
No,
well,
that's why I said you done made us households.
I'm gonna be a household anyway. So even if he is, he gonna be on the list. They're gonna be in rotation.
Zoe probably on everybody's list.
I love it. I'm gonna steal that. I got to steal rotation.
Go ahead.
I let it be known to the public.
I like that.
Right.
So everybody say you saw it and then
I'm here for it. For a sis, I gotta read you my review. I had posted my book review because I want to say, but I said I wanted to read it to you, and I said this earlier, so I'm gonna say it again. Um, so y'all, just cause I have to let y'all know how much I love this book. So my book review that I will be posting tonight goes. There's nothing like a house book. So I say this with full respect of her entire catalog. This is not only my favorite book, but the best book she's written to date. Miss House was deep in her bed like a grandma with a peppermint with this one. That's your new thing song. Not only were several mental health issues displayed and addressed, but to find healing and overcoming trauma, restoring family, and finding true love. It was the perfect mixture of everything good and wholesome while still giving us the comedic flair and spicy goodness we've become accustomed to with a New Orleans twang. I'd be Ishmael for rap any day of the week. Prepare yourself for the unexpected and enjoy the ride because she did her big one with this book. I'll be posting that today.
oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
You are
Yeah,
so
I really enjoyed this series. I'm sad to see it go. I'm glad Robin Stick got his woman.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Because
glad he got
let me
his woman.
announce
He
it.
deserved the
Let me
happiness
announce it
too.
to everybody. Stick ain't getting no book. Y'all stop asking me.
No, now I'm gonna tell you this. I love Robin Stick, but I don't think I can sit and read a whole book of him. Ain't no way.
That'd be like a whole book of Unk. I mean, I'm beginning to think
Yeah,
people don't
that's what
care
I'm
about my
saying.
mental health. They don't care about my mental health. If you want me to write a whole book of either Stick or Lee Chester, you cannot care about my mental health, and I don't appreciate it.
Yes. You probably can take
lit.
all his little funny things that you said and put in one book and people will
Yeah,
buy
but
it because I know I
trying
will
to
because then I can
to
use
throw
that
it
to talk
around
about people.
because think about the inner monologue. That's gonna be wrong too. I can't. No, I can't do
Nah, that's too much.
it.
That's definitely too much. Nah, you can't do that. Mm-mm.
Hold on to
If it mess, like you said, if it
people
mess with
think
your
you
mental,
live. I ain't got but a little left. I'm
nah,
trying to hold
no,
on to it. Mm-mm.
But like I said, I thank you for this series so much. And like I said, because we sit and we talk about like, yeah, we have a list of books, and then we was like, let's try to do some things. We always trying to do something different. And when she said
Mhm.
mental health, you was like hands down, okay, we got to bring her back. We got to bring her back. So
Yeah,
Untamed coming back on. Oh, there you go.
You see me?
yeah. We said
Yes, I
hey.
see. You see me, I see you.
I
I
know.
know.
Listen. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to exit.
Oh, your laptop went to.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
woo! I tell you what, technology be one. I told y'all.
It be technology and don't it?
Right.
It
Mhm.
So
do.
I'm here. I'm back and wanted to act the fool. So, but we have come towards the end. We did have some other questions. Crystal, can you look at the closing questions? Why? Because I had to switch devices, so I don't have it up no more.
Okay, so one of the closing questions is, what is your personal takeaway?
Mine
Yes, yours.
from the series.
From the series, yes.
Okay. Did I be writing my ass up? No.
And you do.
And you did. You can say that because you did.
that we could, as writers, we can build anywhere we want to. Because I built a black hockey team, and that
Yes, you did.
there's no space that black people can't be in and thrive. I really believe that. So I've said I want to do a hockey team. I ain't know shit about hockey. I learned. And I did it. So I'm just proud that that was a goal of mine and I got it done. So I guess that would be my
Oh, so
takeaway.
that's where gold came from then, huh? And I like that you use goal, holding, and assist. So I definitely
Yeah.
like you gave us some hockey terms. But you know, you real good with that because you gave us some basketball terms too. So I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate that.
'Cause,
Okay, and
you
I
know,
think you kind of touched on this earlier, but which of your characters resonated with you the most and why?
Oh. Hmm. I don't, can I say all?
you
um.
sure
Yeah.
can.
I think I put a little of me in everybody, so I think all of them can resonate. And when you spend that much time with characters and get to know them and understand them, then they all resonate with me. Probably the most might be Malik because of his heart and his empathy, and
Hmm.
I feel like that's something that we share. Um, so I probably Malik would be the closest, the one I would resonate with the most because he was just, even though he should have broken up with Tasha because he didn't really want her, he
Right.
was doing what he thought was right. He didn't want to hurt her feelings. He was just trying to just make it work. He was a good guy that just made some bad decisions when it came to that. So I can resonate with him probably the most.
I like that. Toja Lisa said, "Would you watch hockey now?"
Yeah, I watch it. I do watch it. I had to watch it to learn it. I'm more of a visual learner when it comes to stuff like that. So I watched a lot of like um videos about the basics of hockey, and the different things and practice. And I watched like a day in the life of a hockey player. I watched a lot of stuff. And then I watched some games and stuff. So yeah, I actually like it. I just
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know it was
hockey is fun. I love it
Mhm.
when it's during the playoff season. Like that's the best for me because
Yeah.
you know I got to sit there and watch every team. I can just watch them go at it, and that's good. Okay,
Hmm.
and the last question is, what's your favorite or memorable part of the book? Well, let's say of the whole series.
Probably, I'll give you one per book.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, for excuse me, Nuri and Malik is probably the sit on my face part. Like, that was fun to write. I enjoyed writing
I'm
that.
with you.
I love that. I love that. Yes.
Yeah, because sexy is my favorite thing to write anyway.
Right.
I bet that's my absolute. I want them to start from page one, even if they ain't met. I want them to be having sex. So that was my.
Mhm.
That's my favorite part of that one. For book two, one of my favorite things is when Ford was in the car with old girl and she was doing all this stuff that was getting on his nerves because Crystal had given her bad intel.
Mhm.
that
That
that killed
was
me. So
that
the
one was a good
cinema
one.
so I enjoyed that part of that one. Really, that whole book was special to me because, like I said, I thought it was just a sweet story of
It,
learning about
it,
their background and everything. And
It
and it
was.
now when I do play with the time like that, line like that, it's a challenge to me, and I like to be challenged when I'm writing anyway,
Okay.
because I burn out easily, and I would never want to burn out from writing because I love it so much. So I had to keep thinking of ways to make it challenging to me.
Right.
And timeline thing is always, it's not easy to do and to keep it right. So that's why I like to include it a lot. And then for assist, it's this the moments between Rap and his father once he found him. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that
Yes.
was beautiful,
When
and
he
I didn't.
called him the baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen, when he called him dad,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I was
And I didn't for me, some of it doesn't impact me until I listen to the audio because I've read it 50 million times. So I know what's
Right.
going to happen in it. But hearing them interpret it and act it out, it makes it a different experience for me. So when during those parts, I even told Jacoby, I said, I don't know who to be mad at you for performing it the way you did, or that heifer Alexandria House for writing it the way she did. I'm not sure who I'm mad at right now. So he said, I think it's the heifer's fault.
Yep.
and then
He
give a
already
shout
know.
out. We got to give a shout out to Wesley and Jacoby because their
Yes.
narrative, way they bring all of
Beautiful.
characters to life. It is second to none.
Mhm.
And they
Yes.
did an amazing job of
Yeah.
pulling at our heartstrings and our coochie strings and,
Ah!
and my tear strings,
Yes.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do an amazing job. And so, like, that is just the dynamic duo for me of narration. I love the way that they're just so masterful at catching every
Mhm.
detail.
Interpretation is
Yeah,
wow. How well they
yeah.
interpret
Yes.
the word.
Like
Yeah.
that, like it's if they're sitting in your head, and
Yes.
because they just
I
know.
gave them one no. They just know, but I know it's probably because they're black, I'm black, and we kind of, we understand that culture.
Yeah,
And
we
Exactly.
understand.
Marissa say, Marissa said, she said, "Oh yeah, I know what that means. I know how to interpret that because it's familiar." So I think that's probably, and they're brilliant too.
Mhm.
Mainly, they're brilliant actors. But yeah,
Oh,
I love the audio, but this is always an experience for me. I'd be like, oh, like I ain't write it. So
I love that. I love that. So, Jacoby and Wesley got a name together. Tojalisha said, "What's Kobe?" Did the
West
MF
Kobe,
thing.
yeah.
What's Kobe? And
Mhm.
yes, and Bookworm 203757 said, when his dad said, "I got you, baby boy." Yeah, that
Yeah,
right there, I was
that's what
like, "Oh
got
my
me.
god," that
That
got
was
Mhm.
me too.
I
I
was sitting
just,
up there crying.
to see that softer side of that man, I was like, okay. Like I
Mhm.
literally pulled the book off the shelf. I pulled the book off the shelf. I said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and reread it because you did that. I just want to say thank you
Yes.
for taking serious topics in the black community and putting
Mhm.
it on paper and showing that even though people got it together, like you said, they got it together, they still can go through things and get through it.
Yeah,
Like we need to learn
yeah,
that if you are struggling with something, go get help. It is okay,
yeah, yeah.
because all
Yes.
it's going to do is make you such a better person, a stronger
Mhm.
person, and for you to be able to help the next person. Because I think that's what
Mhm.
we need. Like I did it. It's nothing wrong with doing it. Now it's time.
No,
If you need that help, go get that help.
yeah. And I hope too that people will have empathy for people that are going through something and understand that just because
Yes.
you're showing up every day, you're getting it done. He was getting out on the ice doing his job, but
Mhm.
Yep.
up here he was still struggling. So you can
Hmm.
keep a mask all the time. You don't know what someone's going through, and
Yeah.
and to not make assumptions that they have it all together just because of what you see on the outside. Because all we can see is what they show us. So,
Right.
everybody has a story. There's a reason for everything, and everything that a person does. So I hope that
Yeah.
that's what we can do too.
Exactly. And that was my takeaway from this entire series because even though, like you said, and Crystal said it, everybody in the book on the outside and mostly with their lives, they had their
Yep.
lives for the
Mhm.
things that we surfacely look at, career, money, love, whatever. We have it together, but you just never know what someone is going through.
Mhm.
It's silent, and we suffer inside a lot.
Yeah,
And so
and
my
you don't
last,
share all of that. You don't share it. Listen, I'm 95% of the time I'm loco. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So, but if I ain't having a hot flash, I'm having a panic attack. But I just keep going. I get deal with
Right.
the tools I have, and I'm currently looking for another therapy because mine close to practice down. But it's, so I miss it so much. But you never know what someone's going through, and
Going through.
just don't prejudge because you don't know.
it,
Yes.
exactly. And
Yes.
I love what I love about Assist too, which is just another point that I meant to mention, and I'm going to mention it before we get off of here. With what I love that you did, because we
Mhm.
always see the friendship and camaraderie between women, the
Mhm.
friendship that
Yes.
Rap had with Malik and with Ford.
Mhm.
That
Yes.
beautiful to see black
Yeah.
men connecting, and they wasn't surface level friends.
Yeah.
They shared and they talked and they checked in on each other
Mhm.
and they were truly there for each other. Except for Rap like me, he wasn't finna go have no dinner with Ladarius now, but. And he was like, "Listen, your son gonna be there. I ain't come." But
Look,
That was just hilarious. The
yeah,
Darius was a
you
damn
can hear him forward, nothing with teeth.
right. Yes. So the
the
comments we're getting
news,
is I was just gonna they were saying they love how you always normalize get help to heal and loving through healing. Yes, I do like this part when Wesley said during the game when Rap's dad said, don't bite. And she goes, I know, but did I really? That was funny because
Yeah.
it's like
But
I don't
yeah,
know this man.
really.
Do we really bite? So it was just fun. It was just so many funny things. Like I love to see the funny part of Ishmael because I felt like she
Yeah.
was like serious, but I see that she had kind of like a sense of humor, and it was a
Mm.
good balance of getting to know both of them and their backgrounds. But I just loved seeing them together. Oh, and then
Yeah.
you dropped that bomb on us that Rat was a rich nigga.
yes,
He wasn't
AC,
no broke nigga.
that's
He
not
was a
right.
rich nigga.
she said, and that's why you weren't bothered. It was so much stuff he was unbothered about with
Oh
her.
yes.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah. He had a little something.
he did. Go ahead, mama.
Mhm. Mama,
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
mama hooked him up.
baby all in it. I do want to say for the audience now. I am all about healing, but this next series, child, ain't nobody getting healed. Everybody unhinged. And don't look for that. Don't look for that. Don't look for nobody to go get no
I'm
therapy.
ready.
look, why you on it? You
I'm
tell us
ready.
what all you got going on and
Yes,
what's
please.
Yeah, so I have the three King series coming up, and the three Kings are the sisters. They're kings. Their last name is King. So the sisters are Lilith, Memphis, and Umber. We're starting with Lilith, who is the middle child, and I can't tell you too much, but her nigga is insane, and and they have a whole lot of sex in this book, and hoping to roll out the whole series this year. Y'all light some candles, pray, point your hand toward me, something that I can do this in this year. Um, for the audio people, I am not. I self-produced the Sires. I self-produced the Cyclones. I've self-produced a lot of them. I'm not self-producing this one. A company's going to do it. It's not going to be a simultaneous release. I don't know when it's going to be released, and it will not be Jacoby. So just letting y'all know ahead of time, so you won't be jumping on me.
look and well.
Y'all better
I don't
leave
know
her
about
alone.
they're gonna be waiting for whenever it drops. So go. That's fine.
Yeah, it don't even matter. Yep, it don't matter.
Okay,
We
that's what I
ready.
have
We
going
definitely
on.
ready.
That's what I have going on now. That's what I'm working on. I got some other stuff in the works that I can't talk about now, but I have a very, very heavy writing schedule for like the next 3 years. So you got some more stuff coming. As you are, I have made it clear. Series ain't gonna have but 3 books. I lied. We finna get another book from another series. I ain't gonna tell you which one, but that'll be sometime probably next year. So,
Oh,
but right now,
somebody said Midnight Michael because I know you did ask about Midnight Michael in your Facebook group. So have you thought about him for any of your
yes,
characters?
I definitely have. So we'll see if I would like to
That
get
man,
him if he's available.
that man. Now, when you said that the new man, Lilith's man, is unhinged, he can't be more unhinged than that goddamn ocean in
Right?
Siobhan Latree's book and applying pressure. That
Yes.
man was off the Richter scale, but I loved
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I loved it.
I did mention his name. They're gonna see if they can get him. So we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see who we can get. Because I did that because money. But anyway, so that's what we're working on. Three Kings is my immediate work that I'm working on. I do have a Patreon. If anybody would like to join my Patreon, you get early access to like they got the cover before anybody else got the cover. They got to see the cover. Doing the giveaways, any excerpts, they get early access to buy things when I drop them. They get to hear like I have some audio that I did produce is coming out, some shorts. They'll get access to that. They'll get to hear the snippets and stuff before anybody else. It's not. I have one tier because, child, I'm old and I ain't finna manage all that. It's
I know
one
that's
tier.
I
Everybody
was
gonna get the
waiting
same.
for you to do a Patreon. Yes.
Everybody gets the same thing. It might change in the future, but for right now, everybody kept asking for a Patreon. I said, well, I'm gonna have to do it my way because my plate is overflowing right now with stuff to do. So we've got that running. If anybody would like to join, I think the link is like in my well, you can go to my website, misshousehouse.com, and
Oh,
it's
I'm
right there.
already on it.
absolutely.
Um,
Miss
and we're planning for house party. We've started planning for house party 2025 in Charlotte. So
Miss House. I'm gonna be there.
yeah, we're planning. The
We
theme,
playing
theme, our
basketball.
theme, yeah, the cyclones is going to be the theme this time. So Tamika, my event producer, has already. She talked to me last night, and I'm like, okay, my account gonna be a little upset. But yeah, so we're working on that. That will definitely happen next year. I am going to be at One Love Reunion this summer and Lights Camera Action. If anybody is planning to attend either of those events, I'll be there signing books and such and rather. And I'm going to be
I
at
will see you because I'm gonna be at Lights Camera Action too.
So when y'all two take a picture together, I'm gonna send a picture. Send me the picture so I can add myself into y'all picture.
listen, keep it going, keep it going.
We gonna
Keep it going. Yep.
And then I'll be
Yep.
at Monica Walters event next year too.
All three gotta take a picture
Oh, now
together.
I'm gonna come to Monica Walters' event next year. Yes,
Yes,
I want
I'll
to do
be
that.
there. It's probably the only thing I'm going to do besides mine because it takes a lot to do mine. Mentally for
Yes,
me,
it does.
a lot of money, and I don't make no money. So, but I spend a lot of money. So because it is my
Yes.
gift to readers, it's I mean y'all pay, but believe me, I pay more.
I'm
So
gonna tell you this. I done done them. I done both of them, and I don't know how you gonna top last year. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't
think
know
she thought
how
of
you.
something. She thought of something. She told me last night. I think she thought of something.
I cannot wait to see. Look, I told myself I wasn't doing no book events this year because my pocket said sit your greedy book ass home. That's what my pocket said. Because I moved. I still have books in a tote. I have nowhere to put them.
Wow.
So and yeah, it's sad. But I will definitely. Yeah, I cannot not miss. I got to be at Miss House's event. I got to be there.
Listen, but you can tell them it ain't like no other event. It's totally it's its own.
I'm gonna tell y'all, it ain't for the weak at heart. It ain't for the weak at heart. If you approve, stay home.
Yeah.
If you don't like to have fun, stay home. If you want to have a good time, it's sisterhood. Like I said, I have been to both events.
The
and I
vibe was
freaking
beautiful.
Listen,
it was beautiful. Like
the
this bag right here, this
Yeah.
night right here, the passion play.
and I'm upset because I was determined to go to this last one, and I had two engagements that was that same weekend, and I was like, I can't go. And when I tell you, one of them got canceled, and I was like, oh my God, maybe I could try to get. Look, I had people here like, girl, I swing by and pick you up, and we'll just drive on. And I was like, trying to see if I can get out of the other one, and it was like, no. I said, well, I still got to stay here for the other one.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if it didn't cancel the day of. And I was like,
Listen, we had time. We had time.
So we definitely did.
I virtually putting myself because I was so irritated. I was at home with nothing to do after two things canceled, and I was sitting there like,
yeah. Well, look, put it on your calendar. I do have a date. She gave me a date. I don't know what it is. I gotta look it up. But it's
I got you Untamed. I'm about to reach out. I'm gonna get the date for us.
Yeah, it's next July for sure. And
okay, now what? July 2025. I know where I'm gonna be. Okay, and Charlotte is a 4-hour drive from me.
Listen, it's 2 hours for me, and I shall be in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, be ready to to drink and eat and be merry and buy books and see Dingaling
Yes.
and all of that stuff.
It's like a Vegas thing. Whatever happens at the house party,
Yeah, it
stay at the
stays
house
there.
party. Yes.
It stays there. And
It
then the
stays
brunch.
there.
The brunch was wonderful. I enjoyed the
The
brunch. I think
brunch
the
was
brunch.
beautiful. It was so beautiful. So
Yeah.
beautiful.
So
Oh, I need to
you
go find me a basketball outfit.
hmm.
Hmm.
So, I think we're gonna
Look,
do
that's stuff
jerseys for the book event, but you already know she organized.
Yep,
She
I
gonna have
already know. I already know. She go big. She go big.
mhm.
I'm about to get myself summertime fine so I can have my little
2025.
things
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
I,
guaranteed good time. If you don't have a good time, I don't know what happened. Yeah. So that's we're working on that. Got a lot going on, like I said, but um, make sure you sign up for my newsletter.
I'm on
Anybody
there.
that
Yep.
make sure that you're getting text alerts. And if you are so moved, join Patreon so you can get a hold to stuff early. And what I want to do also is like when I have the exclusive um books like I had with Sis with the gold foil, that the patrons will have first access to that, which means probably ain't nobody else gonna get none.
Pretty much.
They gonna buy them up, but
Are
that's
you
how I
gonna
want
do
to.
that again? Because I'm mad I missed that. Because I do need. I was looking on my shelf. I said, "Dang, I only got gold, so I got to get assist and holding."
Um, I really wanted it to be a limited thing, so there were 30. Every book is numbered like 1 of 30, 2 of 30. So
Right.
that's how I do that. So I won't do it again for assist, but I do want to do it for gold and holding, and do the same limited amount. And like I said, it'll be open to them first. But I do want to do that. There's a lot. Listen, it's so much stuff I want to do. It's so many covers I want to have, special edition covers and stuff. But it's
Right.
only one me.
Yes.
There's only
Well,
one me, and I'm in menopause, child. I'm surprised I remember to come tonight. So
look, I got the omnibus. I ain't tripping. I got the
yeah,
omnibus, so I'm good. Cause
oh,
it was a fight for that. It was a fight for
yeah.
that.
I was look. We got to. That was wild at the house party. I was like,
It showed
whoa.
you had. We was out there in that heat for that bus. You know what they say? What you do for the dick? No, it's what you do for the book from his
What an
house.
omnibus. They were commenting, and somebody said I was back in line
For the
counting. And
omnibus.
it was enough for me. I said, what? So yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
people. Yes, literally
Wild.
outside counting. Like, okay, one, two. Because I think you put how many numbers you were gonna have. Literally, like you said, people were out there counting. Yes,
It was
uh,
and I
crazy.
was like,
uh,
we getting this.
I
But I
know.
probably will. I'm gonna have those at these events this summer. I think I'm doing omnibuses and maybe a few more books. They kind of make it special to the people that come to the event. But yeah, I
Look,
love to do some more omnibuses. As soon as I can, I'll do some more.
ooh,
Ooh,
yeah, I love it. I love it, and we are excited for all of it. So y'all, please make sure that I'm sure you have people they already on it. Go to this Patreon. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon. Get
Yeah.
ready for our next series and get ready to release soon. Start with book one, the one that's we got coming down. Look, we got to revisit one coming down the pipe. We don't know what it is yet, but you better get on this Patreon so you can find out.
Listen, and
right?
yeah, and those what's coming to audio is all of the shorts that are only on my store, the exclusives like the exhibition for the village shorts. They're all gonna be in audio. They're all multicast. They sound so good. So
Ooh, is
I
this a
don't know.
Wesley Siobhan production?
Yeah, yeah. So I
Okay,
don't know when I'm gonna drop them yet because I'm focused on this book releasing, but soon they'll come out, and I don't even know how I'm gonna do it because it's several little shorts. I don't know how I'm gonna combine them, but once I figure that out and come up with a date, Patreon will be the first to know.
yes,
I really
okay,
push this Patreon.
We gonna have, we got a whole lot of goodness coming down the pipeline. I can't wait. I can't wait.
yes.
We be ready. We be ready for you. Every time you drop something, we be ready.
I
So
appreciate y'all. I
do.
do. I do. Because y'all listen. I ain't no good to work no job no more, y'all. So thank you.
I'm with
Look,
you.
Baby, I done tried my best to lose them nursing skills. I'm gonna have to get on disability or something. So thank y'all for buying the books and keeping my lights on. And I appreciate y'all. Just don't know how much I appreciate that I get to live my dream full time. I thank you so much.
I
well, we
love
thank you for giving us the men that we can be hoes to. So we're fine with that. Thank you.
Yeah,
it.
keep me in rotation.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
keeping
keep
them in
it
rotation.
right. That's right. Listen, I mean, constantly in rotation. So we
Hmm.
appreciate just good black literature. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
it is. I love us. I love us.
Yeah, me too.
Have coming like we have so many of us have just come into this industry. You know, whether or not you're breaking through indie, traditional, hybrid, whatever,
Yeah,
and we are here and we ain't going nowhere. And that's what I
right.
love.
Let's
That's
listen. Look, if y'all ain't figured nothing else out, I love my people for real. I love my people. I love being
we
black.
know you do. Yes,
I love being black. I love black culture. This is great that I get to write about my people and make a living.
hmm
well, y'all, look, we can't hold this house all night, so we have enjoyed this time with you. Like I want to tell the guests all the time, thank y'all so much for constantly tuning
yes.
in
Thank you.
and just supporting the authors because this is why we do it. This is why we do what we do. You know, this is literally a labor of love for me. You know, I'm off too, but I just love our community and I love celebrating us as much as I possibly can. So I get excited to get on here with y'all and chop it up and everything because I admire all of our beautiful black voices and our beautiful black work. And so I thank you guys for just going on this journey with us here at Get Caught Up Podcast always. And like I said again, always supporting the authors. So I'm always gonna advocate. You get your books where you get your books, but I mean, if you can hop on over there and get it directly from them, put a little bit
Yeah,
more extra coins in their pockets, it's appreciative. I
yes,
advocate.
it
Yes,
is.
I do advocate for y'all to go to Amazon and wherever else you want to go to buy your books. But if you
Look,
cannot,
long as you buy it, just buy.
just
just
bad.
just buy it. But if you can, support the author directly, do that too as well. At least every now and again.
Yes,
Even-
definitely. Some of this stuff costs money. These audiobooks and stuff cost money. So I like to
we
can I at
try.
least make that back?
House parties. We try to keep house parties going. So we did.
Okay, like
And
help.
they keep on so we gotta, she gotta have her electricity to write these books. So,
And water the drinks, so I don't get dehydrated.
Yes.
so please do. But thank y'all for tuning in. And please make sure that you come back May 29th at 7 p.m. because we will be on live again with our narrator of the month, none other than Mr. Miles Washington is going to grace us.
Yes, I can't wait to talk to him.
Yes, so please come back and let's have a good time with Mr. Miles because, baby, hey, these good men narrators around here, I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay. They doing the Lord's work too. They are.
They sure are.
They drive us crazy. So then come back and chop it up with him. And then coming up in June, we will have author Sierra London coming in. We have author Terrace Marie talking about her debut book, Black Pearl. We also have our book of the month will be Gun by author Eric S. Gray. And we have Lacey Laurel coming in for narrator of the month. So y'all come back in June. Come on back in June. And until then, make sure you catch up with some of these episodes. They can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Google is no longer here. Google decided they don't want to do podcasts no more. they lost, but that's okay. We are also on iHeartRadio, Audible, and Amazon Music. So please make sure you check it out there and follow, subscribe wherever you listen to it at. And also, if you like a commercial, just hit us up at the website. It is getcaughtupodcast.card.co. That's .carrd.co. We also have some merch like this Wesley shirt. Hey, I'm just saying. This is when she was on our show. Hopefully, we can get her to come back on if her schedule permits to chop it up with us again. But we have a Kobe shirt. We have some GCU merch as well. I think we also have a Tree Taylor shirt still available too when she was on the show. So check out the merchandise there. But until next time, y'all don't forget to get caught up. So good night.
Good
Thanks for having
night.
me.